So with this newly constructed base pin, you can go into the low poly version, get it rotated back in there so that's oriented as closely as we can get it. It's again, we'll seam everything up, but just A plus B, select those mesh booleans, union. When you've got curved surface like this, and then you've got something that has a relatively straight contour, I tend to suggest that you stick to the straight contour. And if you can find something along these lines, that's a happy medium for everything. That's usually the best way to keep those in line. You have an axis here that we can scale things to relative. So first and foremost, let's take a look at where we can kind of clean up some of the topology. I'm going to try to hang on to edge loops in certain places. I'm going to insert some extra ones in other places. Just using Shift and Control and to snap in 10-degree increments and just finding some way to connect all of these. And then these vertices can then be target welded up to the next one. Create some relative symmetry. Again, this was a little bit off. Not too terribly concerned about it. When it comes to this stuff, I definitely want these down here, but I also would like to have all of this down. So what I'm going to do is select this and that, and then hold V and move it and snap it down to there. The last one we need to clean up is a little bit more of the same. But again, we're going to need to sort of straighten these up in a couple directions. So now we have to get this to look correct along here. You know, get this looking to some semblance of like neat topology and clean. Go ahead and delete my history here. But we're going to have to clean it up going this way. So what we're going to do is select all of these and find an axis relative to this that we can use to scale it. Anything that's running perpendicular to it will work as a good axis. So go into your scale tool, R, hold, left click, go to axis, custom, set to an edge, pick one of those, and you'll see what happens. The scale icon changes like that. And now we've got it back to something that's flat. We can also move it. So as long as we have that selection, we can adjust this just the way we need it. And this is when I would bring back the high layer and take a decent look at the work that is being done in terms of getting this to move to the contours. Reset that to the object. Select these and use the Edit Edge Flow tool, trying to reclaim that contour. Got an end gone here, so we can cut that. We want to clean this up in here. Let's move it to an axis, custom set to an edge. Just need to orient it so it starts moving outwards. Let's go into verts, and you can see them. Sometimes Maya just adds them to try to fix any topological issues that it might be detecting in a Boolean. Go ahead and select this edge ring. Grow the collection out. Scale that so it's straight. There we go. Now we can poke the face, do a vertex subdivide. Go ahead and save this out. And then we're going to take the boundary of all of these. Detach these components. Take that piece of mesh. And let's duplicate it. Make sure that separate duplicated faces is kept on. Go to the group node that gets created, ungroup it, delete the history so we've got what we duplicated, what we have left. I'm going to move this down just for a second. Click one edge, double click the other one just to finish that edge loop there. Detach these components, take them out, get this last. Bring this back to 0. And I'm going to duplicate this 3 times using the duplicate special. Let's go ahead and reset it, make everything apparent. Let's rotate it 90. 3. This last one we don't need, since we already made it as a duplicate. Combine those. Merge them. Just keep an eye on anything. We're at a small scale right now, so we don't want stuff to be merged that we don't want. Lastly, we can take a look at this. I'm going to reference this so that it's not too bad in the way. Badly. And some of this stuff is not going to be able to be helped just because of the limits of the polygons that we have, but you can then do normal moves. And I would do this one edge loop at a time. I'm going to leave W, hold, axis, normal. I'm going to bring these out just a little bit. And then just make adjustments little by little to these. Just trying to bring the core of each section here just a little bit out, so it still has that convex roundness. And just continue to refine. Can even slide edges if you need to. Convert these to vertices and move these out. Snap these so that they're better aligned. Still a little bit poking out. Might have to make some adjustments to these vertices around each of these. So while some adjustments may still have to be made to massage these in place, we'll know more as we start to bake maps. I'm going to next be setting the hard and soft edges for the Nuka grenade.